Hello everyone and welcome back to Power Skills Transformational Training. In the previous video, I shared two stories. One of a girl who wanted to have her startup and she said that her dream job was to become an assistant of a CEO who is very successful so that she can learn from him. However, when she was put on a test, she did nothing. And she didn't even reach out to him to ask for a second chance. The second story was about a group of young people who really wanted to go to a city named Plovdiv, which is in Bulgaria. One of them actually said that it has been his dream or his desire for a very long time to visit this city. However, when someone, me, who was supposed to help them buy tickets at the bus station didn't show up, they did not solve this problem themselves and just left. I also mentioned in the previous videos that although each previous generation believes the next one is lazier, science tells us each next generation is actually smarter. I also mentioned that the big challenge we're facing and no one is talking about, it's not the fact that the current young generation is somehow less smart, it's actually less prepared and less equipped. And I mentioned that if in the 50s and 60s the importance of power skills was here and the quality of teaching power skills at the educational system and all other training opportunity was here, today the need for power skills, for us to train power skills in young people is here, but the actual quality of teaching and training power skills is here. So this program is all about helping you develop power skills. In this video, I will outline briefly what are the 4 power skills. We have self-management, ability to think, emotional management, personal effectiveness. But before I do that, I would like to share with you what will be my approach in this program and why this approach is tightly connected to developing power skills. In these programs, you're going to have super short videos, maybe not the first few. I know that the first few are not so short, but then you are going to have super short videos. You are going to have a lot of reading to do, a lot of reflection, writing to do, and some research to do. Part of developing power skills, especially ability to think and self-management when it comes to discipline, is being able to cultivate this ability, this skill, to place your attention on a text or on a task, even if it's not interesting, for the time necessary in order for you to complete this task. Let me repeat this again. If I have to say what is at the core of each power skill, probably it's this. Put your attention and energy in a task which is important or given to you, which means that it's still important in some way, and complete the task even if this is not the most interesting thing to do for you, even if you could watch Netflix or TikTok at the same time. So resist the temptation for what is easy and pleasurable, and put your attention and energy in something that will develop a skill for you or something that will help you achieve your goal. Now, if this sounds like life is going to suck, let me give you the good news. If you master power skills, only 20% of your entire time will be dedicated to things which are not so pleasurable to you. And here is the even bigger secret. The more micro sucks and macro sucks you take before you turn 25, everything that comes next as a challenge, as macro suck or micro suck, as Andrew Huberman, neuroscientist, puts it, you would not experience as such a bad thing. So, two pieces of good news. Number one, the more you train yourself with those power skills, the less time you would have later on to dedicate on things that are not pleasurable to you. The more you train your power skills and your discipline muscle, the less painful and unenjoyable you will experience everything that comes next. To put it in a simple way, the goal of power skills is for you to become such a superstar that everything you do it with joy, you do it with ease, and you do it with bliss. Now, let's look at the 4 power skills. Number 1 is self-management, and it actually starts with something as simple as make your bed. Watch the make your bed video. It's in descriptions of this one and also in your module. So self-management is really about the basic. This means managing tasks, managing difficulties, overcoming challenges. or learning how to manage and deploy your energy and attention so that you not always avoid pain and that you not always seek pleasure, but you take back that power and you can choose when and where to deploy your attention and your energy. So self-management, coping with challenges, coping with difficulties, learning how to endure a moment of boredom, learning how to overcome difficulty. Then we have the ability to think. And now you're going to say, well, everyone can think. What the heck is this? Everyone thinks, but this doesn't mean that everyone can think. Let me explain why. Everyone can run, or at least more people can run if they have two legs and they don't have some serious health issue. Does that mean that every single one of them is going to become a marathon runner or a gold medalist? No, it's same with thinking. We all think, but the ability to think critically, to look at information, extract information that you need, analyze, draw conclusions, understand what information is fake. Also, the ability to manage your thought process. If you have some intrusive, depressive thoughts, to manage them, this is an actual skill and it can be learned. So second one is the ability to think. Then we have the third one, which is emotional management. This is all about recognizing your emotions, connecting to your emotions, understanding what is the underlying need behind that emotion, and then being able to manage it. Now here I would like to make a quick pause and discuss the topic of spontaneity and being spontaneous. A lot of people think that if they develop self-management, ability to think, and emotional management, they will lose the ability to be spontaneous and they will stop being spontaneous. This cannot be further away from the truth. There is a documentary by Deutsche Welle which outlines that about 90% of the choices that we make are on autopilot. Even sometimes when we believe we're making conscious choice, we are not making conscious choice. We are slaves to our nervous system and to our preconditioning. So managing all those skills actually gives us back the power to be able to choose, to be able to be spontaneous, and to make our own decisions, not decisions based on trauma, on preconditioning, and on past experiences. When it comes to emotional management, and when we get there, emotional management, it's all about experiencing all the beautiful and amazing range of human emotions, connecting with your true self, feeling truly alive, vulnerable, hurt, and then being able to transcend those emotions which are not healthy for you and go to an emotional state which is healthier. So none of this has anything to do with cutting spontaneity and with being like a robot. On the contrary, it means being more conscious. Actually, a lot of Buddhism and Hinduism teaches precisely power skills in order to reach nirvana, to reach a state of super awareness and super consciousness and bliss. It's not this. On the contrary, this is really being happy and enjoying your life the fullest, because a lot of times the emotional patterns that come from our past, even if we're young, they prevent experiencing full happiness, experiencing the world here and now, being present, being connected to our body and to life. Closing that parenthesis, we are moving to the fourth power skills, and this is personal effectiveness. Your ability to manage time, to manage tasks, to manage your attention, but most importantly, to set and achieve goals, to have that mental and emotional clarity of where you want to go, to be able to create your own meaning, your own dream, your own thing that's truly important for you, and to pursue it. I know that this sounds like a lot. It sounds like these groups of skills are super huge, but trust me, in this program, we have broken them down to very small chunks with super easy tasks. So all you really need to do is do your tasks, and I'm sure you're going to develop your power skills.